I'm very, very excited to say that today is that day. That's right, the ground pins have in fact now started to be moved over to the Project Exodus site and are starting to be put into the ground. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone and welcome back to yet another Project Exodus construction update. That's right, today it may seem like I'm stood in the middle of a random field, and to be honest, I am, but some of you may recognize this location because you may remember many Project Exodus construction updates ago, I came to this exact spot to show you the very first ride hardware delivery for Project Exodus. And it was, of course, in the form of these, the ground pins, which of course will make up the foundations for Project Exodus. These are basically going to be buried underground and will hold these massive supports. And of course, the supports will then hold the roller coaster track itself. And yeah, I remember standing here months and months ago talking about just how exciting it was that we'd had our very first delivery from obviously the Mack factory over in Germany. And I showed you all the logo on the wooden box. Look at that, it's still so cool to see, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. At the time, I remember saying about how exciting it would be the day that they finally get taken over to the site and start being put into the ground. And well, I'm very, very excited to say that today is that day. That's right, the ground pins have in fact now started to be moved over to the Project Exodus site and are starting to be put into the ground as the ongoing groundworks and foundation works for this roller coaster continues. So yeah, I thought I'd just start today's video over here with the ground pins again, but yeah, we're going to make our way over to the Project Exodus site and go and see them in their final resting place. That was a bit dark, wasn't it? So just before I head into the Exodus site itself, as you can see behind me, we've had some brand new hoarding go up just outside. Now, as you can see, it's currently just blank, but I believe as the months go on and the branding and marketing starts to come out for Project Exodus, this will have some nice new visuals put onto it. Just like this fence just behind me, which as you can see, has the Project Exodus graphic on it. How cool is that to see? Absolutely insane that that ride right there in the white is going to be standing 236 feet behind these fences. That is what all of this construction work is building towards. So cool. But yeah, let's go and head into the site itself. Oh, here we are back on the Project Exodus construction site. It is so nice to be back. Obviously, the last video that I filmed on site was a collaboration with Taylor and Sarah from Coaster Studios, obviously a massive theme park channel from the United States. They came over to the UK to visit loads of theme parks, and I brought them onto the Exodus site and filmed a little interview with them up here on the balcony. But yeah, as you can see, the site is looking absolutely amazing behind me. Before I head down and actually check out the site itself, there is a cool little update up here. It's once again signage related, and unfortunately I'm kind of on the wrong side to be showing you this, but as you can see, we've had some new signs put up here on the site office balcony, so that now if you're walking down outside of Black Mirror and round in Old Town, you can actually look up and read all of these. Let me try and stick the camera over. There you go, as you can see, it says taking thrills, and then this one over here says to new heights. And then yeah, just below me, we've got the Project Exodus writing there. Absolutely awesome. That was all obviously done by B&E Services Limited, who are basically now in charge of this project. So they're the ones that are doing all of the construction that you can see taking place out on site. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna make my way out onto the site itself, and my first stop is gonna be these ground pins down here. These are the ones I was talking about at the start of the video, guys. Those are the main reason that I'm here today. Oh yes, it's all very exciting. So I'm gonna go and get a closer look at those, and then I'm gonna head around the entire site. I've just heard someone call my name. It's Dominic, hey, look at it, hey, you're right, Dom. What a legend. Right, I'm gonna head down onto the site, come on. Oh boy, it is so cool to finally see these ground pins on site. It is a great sign of how progress is coming along, because of course these are huge pieces for the foundations for Project Exodus. Obviously 2 Project Exodus updates ago, I of course showed that they just started kind of drilling into the ground. As you can see, this drill just behind me, which Wayne, the project manager, has told me is actually 20 meters tall. So considering Exodus is over 70 meters, just picture how tall this roller coaster is going to be. It's going to be like 3 times the size of that. Insane. But yeah, that drill has continued drilling this entire time over the past few weeks and months. However, now they've really started putting in loads more of this steel into the ground, which is of course the foundation work for the ride, because previously they were just putting in these massive rods, but now obviously with the ground pins and also all of this steel over here, which is, as I speak, being basically turned into these big cages, which eventually concrete will be poured into once they are dropped into the ground by this massive crane. So yeah, you can see that process happening as I speak. But yeah, it's just so exciting to see how busy this site is. Absolutely insane. We've got loads of concrete being poured over here, and yeah, you can see some of these steel cages which are kind of being prepared. All so exciting. I'm going to try my best to make my way down this side path, because obviously I do need to stay out of the way of as much of this construction as possible. So yeah, I'm going to try and head down this side path where Loggers Leap's big drop used to be, and I'll try and be able to see over into the site from that angle. I've just been stood in this exact spot for like the past 5 minutes, not filming anything, not taking any photos, just looking at this site and just seeing how busy it is. Obviously, I've been here from the very beginning of this project, not even since Old Town has started. I've been here since the first documents were submitted, and so many of you guys have joined me for this entire journey. There was a point where we didn't even know if this ride was going to go ahead. There were so many issues throughout the planning stages with the local councils and the local authorities and governing bodies. And then of course we eventually got to the point where the ride got signed off, and it was one of the best days of my life. We got to celebrate at my event at Thorpe Park. I went up on stage and said, Project Exodus is going ahead. One of my favourite moments of last year. And then yeah, I've obviously been here within Old Town as it's gone through its enormous change. Obviously, what, half a year ago, we still had Loggers Leap here, we had Creek Freak Massacre, we had the old Canada Creek railway station, we had Rocky Express. And over this time, all of these classic Thorpe Park attractions have been removed from the park, and it's been really emotional. But just being stood here now and seeing just how busy the site is, there's workers everywhere doing different things. It really is so exciting, and it just puts into perspective how big of a project this is. Obviously, loads of people online have been saying, oh, Nemesis track's going up, and everyone's predicting that that's going to open in 2024. They're thinking, oh, Project Exodus is surely behind. But when you boil it down, it is an enormous project, and as far as I'm aware, everything is still kind of on time. They're not worried that they're behind or anything. Track wasn't due to arrive until kind of summertime, so hopefully within the next few months we will start seeing track arriving here at the park. Because yeah, that's another wild thing. No roller coaster track is even here yet, and look how busy it all is and how much is going on. This is just the amount of work that takes place for when a new roller coaster is built. Like, so much has to change in the area, so much infrastructure and foundations have to be laid before the really exciting bit of the actual roller coaster itself being delivered to the park. But yeah, we've come such a long way over these past 6 to 9 months, and it's so exciting to think what the next 6 to 9 months will have in store for us. Like, we will see this ride rise up from the ground, and obviously the day that this ride tests will be one of the best days of my life. The day that I ride this ride for the first time will probably be the best day of my life. But yeah, it's just so cool, and I'm so grateful to have been here on site every single step of the way. So cool. But yeah, I'm actually going to carry on doing what I should be doing and getting some more footage. So as I said, I'm going to make my way down to the other end and show you what's going on down there, because I believe down there is where they're putting those cages that I showed you them making just down here. So yeah, that digger obviously drove it all the way down site, and I think they're going into place up that end. Oh yes, I've always said this is one of my favourite parts of the Project Exodus construction site. You get an amazing view from this slight little hill over the entire site, and obviously you're right next to Saw the Ride. How cool is that? Yeah, this area seems to be the current hotspot for where a lot of this foundation work is really taking place. As you can see just in front of me here, we've got a load of blue markings, and that is kind of the initial stage, so that they know exactly where they're going to be drilling and where the kind of bolts and big ground pins are going to have to go into the ground. So yeah, this is a good example of how all of this foundation work starts. The next kind of stage is just up here. As you can see, we've got these steel pins that are kind of poking out of the ground. That's the next stage, and then just up above we have these kind of pits where they are putting those metal cages into place, so that eventually concrete will all be able to be poured into that area. So that brings me to the end of yet another Project Exodus construction update here from Thorpe Park. Of course, be sure to subscribe to be notified when all future Project Exodus updates are released. As you guys know, whenever something new happens here on site, I'll be here with my camera to film a nice update video for you all. And yeah, as I said earlier on, hopefully it won't be too long at all now before the supports, the roller coaster track itself, and the ride's trains arrive here at the park. And best believe, the second they touch down on UK soil, I'll know about it and I'll be filming them arrive here at the park. I'm so excited. But yeah, thank you as always for watching yet another video. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. My name's TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.